I'm defining a function. Let me write a print statement here. And then something we'll write, we'll call this function. Now, when you call this function, suppose I've written here 2 and 3, and then you write A and B here. These are the parameters. These parameters will take these two values called arguments, and then you can add, subtract, whatever you want, you can do. Suppose I'll write C is equal to A plus B, and then print C. Very simple. If you write fu1, any name of the function I've given fu1, then whatever parameters you have defined, that many numbers you have to write, otherwise it will throw error. And then if you want to add, you can add this way. This is just a recap, okay? So I'm running this. We got 5 here. So the name of the function is here, and the parameters are here. We have 2 parameters defined here. These are local to this function. They are not available outside. So 2 will go to A, and 3 will go to B. Here, let me introduce a something different, 101. Now, if you print C, anyway you will get C. If you print A, then you will get A even. So if you print A here, you will get A here. A is 101. And if you print A plus B, you will get A plus B. So when you printed A, whatever number we have sent here, this argument to this parameter, that is printed. So A is not available inside. And remember, it's very, very important. With a function call only, we go here. What happens is, if I write a print statement, suppose here, which A will be printed? So you go line by line. A is here. This is the first statement of this small program. And then it will go to the next line. There is a function definition. So this part will be skipped, and directly control will go here. That means this A will be printed first, not this one, because you can't go this way. This is not possible because we have a function here. So first A will be assigned to 101. 101 will be assigned to A. Then A will be printed. Then what will happen? You go here, and then through this function, name of the function, there is a function call here. Then control will be transferred to this function with the arguments to A and B, 2 and 3 here. Then you print A. So if you have written A here, you have written print statement here, though this print comes second to this one, later this is the former A, but you will get this print. You can check it. See, 101 first, then it goes here, then you get this way. So what you can send here, not only A and B. Suppose I want to send one list 10, 20, 30. That is also possible. You need not write 2 here, because this total list I want to send to A. Okay, if I print A here, I don't need to do any other thing. A will be printed 10, 20, 30. So I'll not discuss here tuples and dictionary, but yeah, we'll come across tuples here. So if you see this one here, the only difference is the bracket, and there is one property mainly. This is mutable and this is not mutable. Okay. Now we can send a tuple also here. Otherwise, you can do the slicing work here also in tuple, all those things. So I'll not go to that now. We'll have a separate class for tuple and dictionary, one class. Coming back to this one, you can send a list here, and you can print that one. You can send a tuple here. Okay. Yeah, you can send a tuple here. So if you print A, then you will get these three. Suppose you want to print one in one line, then you can write a for loop here. For, okay, let it be. For I in A, you can write. But then here, because you've written a for loop, you need to give some space. 4 here I've given, so it's better. You can keep 4 here, otherwise also it will work. So for I in A, print A. So what will happen? See the difference. Here 3 times it's printed because I've written by mistake A here. The same thing repeated. So if you write I here, so 10, 20, 30. So what is the difference between this for loop and directly printing A? If you directly print A, you will get the tuple in one line. If you write a for loop, we are using 3 statements, but one at a time. I one at a time, 10, 20, 30. That's how. So anything, even I can write here Amit. The other argument I can give suppose these are the 3, and here also I have to write A, B, C. Because these 3 are strings, you have to write a new one. Suppose I will write D is equal to A plus B plus C, plus here is concatenation, print D. So if you run this program, see amitbansal@gmail.com. So what happened is, this will go to A, this will go to B. A is a string, B is a string here, and C is a string here. We wanted to add. So how we add in strings? This is the concatenation. So finally we are printing D here. So you got this one. Now we'll do more about the flexibility of the functions. Here functions are objects, first class objects. I'll go to those later. Now suppose I've written a scope of the function. This is our empty function, and I've written 2 arguments here. Let's make it 1. A is 101, and suppose A, I will write 10 here, and I will try to change A. A. A, is A plus suppose 1, 2, 5, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, Normally we write these kind of statements and you call this function. So there is a problem here. Okay, here we don't need even. So if you call this function, okay, I have to discuss between return and print statement. That's even there. Okay, all right. Let me write a here, print a. So here I got 11. I defined, I assigned 10 to a. Then for some reason I wanted to change a. Even I changed a, but then when I printed function, I got 11 here. So this has no meaning here within this function. The scope is limited only to the function. Now suppose you cut this one, okay, or maybe you don't give any value to it, then run it. Then also it's possible, because if it's not defined locally or you have not sent it here, there are two ways. Either you define within, you write an assignment statement within the function, or you send here to this parameter, you give a parameter a, that is available, that's fine. However, if it's not there, then it will take from here, that's fine. But there is one problem. Suppose I want to change it. See, let me cut this. Up to this, it's fine. A is printing, you can use, you can write another B, and then you can add A and B, and you can write another variable C, and you can print C. Those things you can do. But the problem is, if you write something like this, another assignment statement, you want to change A, then this is not allowed. And you see what it says, local variable A is referenced before assignment. So before assignment means what? You have to write a assignment statement like A is 100, 60, 67, whatever. Then if you want, you can change it, but you can't change a global variable. That's what they're saying. Because it's not defined locally, you can print it, whatever is there, that you can use in your program, but then you can't change it. Okay, if you want, you write 101 here, not a problem. But then again, you are defining locally here. Okay, you are writing one assignment statement here. Through that only it's possible. Then you can change it. You can't change a global variable here this way. However, if you want to change this one, suppose I want here also, I want to, if I print here, print A, every time you print A, it will be 101 only. I can change this 101 global variable within function. That's also possible. How we can do that? Let me write a word global. If you make a word global here, then you can change it. Okay, and whatever you want, you can do it. And you see print A now, it will be 102. See, we're able to change this one. You print here, even you can write here also before the function. So you write here, you print here, and then print here. So previously, if you remember last class, or maybe I don't remember in which class I discussed, it's not possible. You can change within a function something which is global, but now see, it's possible. It was 101 here, but here it's no more 101, it's 102. Here even I have a print statement, that's 102, that's a separate thing, but yeah, from here to here, it changed. Okay, that is one thing. So you have to write a global here, global word. You make a global. So if you write that, then you can change here even. Now, suppose I define here 100, and I write return A instead of print A. Then what will happen? This is even not required now. So this is the function AP1. I'm calling this function and it will return A to me. So if you run this, you will not get anything. How can you get this 100? Because it's returning 100. Return is a stronger statement you can then print. When you are printing, you are not returning anything. So in that way, it's not available outside. You can capture outside. So return is a better one. See, whatever you get in return, you give a name to that. Here you are getting in Jupyter, that's another thing, but in most of the IDs you won't get it. So this is the right way. So you collect it using a name, then print that one. Otherwise, if you have written return, if you write print here, whatever you got in return, that you are printing here. If you say no, how it's possible? Suppose I will write B also 78. You write then what will happen? You are not getting 2, right? How many you are getting? You are getting only 1. Why? This is a question to you. Think on this. Okay, let me cut this one, print even. I'm only calling the function. I got a. Even if you write a print statement here, suppose you want to print, then also not. Return is the last statement. If you return it, it's all over. You can't write anything here. If you want to print before returning, you should write here. So here what happens is when you call the function, it will print B first of all, that is the first one. Then it will return A, which you should print actually. If you print, you sometimes you get none, okay, nothing. Suppose you write a print statement here and already you have written, I will write another print here. So why you are getting 2? You are printing B, okay. Then you are printing the function also. The function is not returning anything. You can't print. That's why you are getting none. Suppose you cut it, okay. It will be clear. This is also not required. Now, if you print this function, you run it, none you got. Because what happens is, even I forgot to return. Sorry, print. So this print statement gives you 78. But when you want to print the functional value, it's f of x, it's not x. So there is a mapping from x to f of x. F of x is none. So you are printing, you are not getting anything. You are getting none because in return you didn't get anything. Only whatever is there, you are showing it. Okay, see, I have 78. I'm in lockdown. So I can show you from inside, see, I have this one. I can give it to you that way. So if you write return, then only it will come outside. You are not getting anything. If you say, no, how I'm getting 78? Because you have written a print statement, that's how you are getting 78. Okay. So in most of the cases, return is better. Okay. Then you see, you get only 78. You got in return B that you are printing. So more, if you are new, then more you will learn in practice. Now let me go to the important part of this class. the nested function. Okay, suppose this is a function and I write a is equal to 100. Then I write another function within the main function fun, fun, some name I have given. Okay, and then here we need to write, see, indentation for the first function, for the second function here, indentation. So here I will write suppose b is 200. Then I want to print a plus b. Now let me call this function. Okay, yeah, I'm waiting because it says internet is not stable. So I call this function. See, I'm calling this function. By function call only, I can go here. Okay, then a is 100. Even if you want, I can print a here. Okay, I can do that, though I have not written any such statement here. Then another function here. Then see, what will happen is, through function call you are going here, that's fine. Then this will be executed. Then the next line again, there is a definition, you will not be able to enter, so everything will be skipped. You will come here. Then how can you go to the inner function? That is the question. It's possible only by function call. So I have to give a function call here. See where I am writing. See this one, you forget about all this. Suppose these are the statements I've written, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever they are. It doesn't matter. I have written a nested function or whatever. It doesn't matter. See, forget about all this. I'm calling a function. See the enunciation here. F and D, they are aligned to this. Okay, left vertical line. So you see, there is no, you can't call this way. See, it comes in red. You have to call this way. Similarly, this function, if you want to call, you see the indentation here, 4 space or 1 tab space, you can say here 4 space. So they match here. Okay, so what will happen is, suppose I will write any statement, something like this. So how it will go? If you want, you can print. Oh, I've written already. Fine. So I've written 1. Okay. So if you run this, first of all, this will be printed. Then it will go to this line. It will encounter the first function. Then see all the lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines will be skipped. Then it will come here. Suppose if you write print again, whatever you want, that will be printed. You can check it. Then what will happen? It will come, the control will come here. Then from here, there is a function called here. Okay. I don't need this one though. So through this function call, it will come here. And then it will go into this. Okay. Then A will be 100. This is the assignment statement. And then what will happen? A is 100. You can print A. And if you want, I can write that one also. Print fine. So you see the sequence. First, this will be printed. Then there is a def. So what will happen is, everything will be skipped. Okay. Then fine will be printed. Then you go here, last line, there is a function call. Through this function call, it will come here. And then it will enter. A will be defined. A will be printed. Then it will not be able to enter another function. So see, function is over here. 2 lines of code for the inner function. Then it will come here. But here also there is a function call. Through this function call, it will come here. Then B is defined 200. Then print A plus B. So finally you get 300. Okay. So how nested functions you should get? That is the first one. Then find, then print A, then print A plus B. Okay. Nested functions, then find, then 100, then 300. There could be only one question apart from the syntax. Okay. You might ask, no, how A is available here? Because A is here in the main function and B is here in the nested one, in the inner one. B is in the inner one, so it's available. We are printing in the inner function. Okay, here I have the print statement, not here. If you write here, you try. You got 100 only. Because the problem is this this B is not available here. Okay, this is in the outside function, A plus B. This B is outside, so this is not available. That's the problem. Sorry, B is inside. It's like this. So suppose I will write any function fin here, and then A is equal to 10. Okay, and don't do anything. Come here, call function fin. Then here you print A plus BB. Suppose you give BB here, 80, and you define AA here. So what happens is you want to print AA plus BB. BB is outside, it's global, so it's available here. But AA is not available here. That's the problem. So if you run this program, it will not be able to print. BB is global, so that's available here. See here, this is aligned to the left vertical line. This is aligned. So yeah, that's possible, but AA is not a global variable. So it's not available outside. You can do that. So BB is in the global scope. Okay. Similarly here, the glow for FUNN. Okay. FUNN B is available, but you are printing here. Before entering the inner function, you want to print here. That will create the problem because B is not available here. So now B is in the inner function, it's not available outside. However, A is in the outer function, it's like global 100, it's available in the inner function. That's fine. So this much. This is your nested. So you have to make a call. Here, two function calls you have to make. Here, one function call. Through this, you go here and do everything. Come here. Then another function call. Through this, you go here. You complete the task. That's how you have to manage. Now, we have another thing called non-local. So suppose here, remember we wrote global A. We wanted to change that. Now suppose we want to make it we changed A, right? But here A is 100. Suppose I will write A is 800. Okay. Now what will happen if you run this program? I got 1000 in A plus B because my present value of A is 800. Though A was 100 here, even you write A here, here A is 10,000. If you print A, you will get 10,000. Here A is 100. And within this function A is 800. Okay. So this 10,000 is not available here. You can make it available by writing global A. If you write global A, instead of 100, you can get this one as well. This 100 is not available here. This 100 is available here. Here, see, this 10,000 is also available here. If you cut this one, if you cut this A is available. But if you have a A here, this A has no meaning. So A will be 100. So if you want to get this one here, what we write? You want to change that one here, we write global. So global is a word that connects between this one and I mean the function. Forget about the inner one, the function and the global scope variable. Within that, whatever variables you have and the global scope variable, we are connecting that. So if you have a nested function, in the nested function you can use non-local. That's another one. Okay. Suppose I will write here so A is 100, B is 200, and the sum you get 300, and 100 is here. 100 is here. Okay. I'm not making it complicated to you, because those who are new to this programming, maybe it will take some time. You need to revise it, and you need to do some problems. Okay.